Good morning, interwebs. It is really, really late at night, and I am just picking up the camera because sometimes I do that, apparently. So, quick run through of what happened today. I got up, I slept in, and I obviously didn't go to my craft show, which was a good thing because it rained all morning. It didn't stop raining until 2 o'clock, and about 1:30, my son's like, "Hey, aren't you going to your craft show?" And I said, "Yeah, it's already over." Because despite the fact the stores uptown are open till 5, at events like that, about 1:15 is gonna be your last customer. That's just kind of how it rolls. So, did that, hung out with Steve, watched a movie. We watched a Will Ferrell movie today called Everything Must Go. It was a dark, it wasn't even a dark comedy. It was a funny, dark movie, which both Steve and I enjoy watching together. And we like watching comedians in roles that aren't funny, kind of like we enjoyed Steve Carell the other day in Searching for a Friend for the End of the World, or something like that. So I'm sure we'll have to find something else equally depressing to watch on another day. But it wasn't really depressing, it was just dark. And then we had, what did we do? I guess we just hung out with the kids. I don't know, this evening just kind of went by, and yeah, I guess that's it. And then we had dinner, and we had brownies. My son had bought brownie mix at Aldi, and so Steve and him made it, and they turned out really good. But instead of following the directions exactly, you're supposed to add eggs and oil and stuff, they added pumpkin instead of the oil, but they still added the eggs, and they omitted the water because I said, make sure if you're going to use squash that you put it in first and see what the texture is before you add any water, or you could just end up with soup. So they did that, and then we had dinner, and then Steve dyed my hair, which I am very happy with. I used a different dye this time. I used this one this time. Midnight Amethyst. Ooh. This is supposed to be for, designed for brunettes. So you're not supposed to bleach your hair. I hadn't been bleaching my hair anyways, but we will see how the washout goes on this. And I mean, I like the way that my hair looks as it washes out. But if I like the way that all happens, then we're totally doing this one again, because this has been the cleanest, nicest dye. Notice there's no giant purple splotch on my head. Now part of that is that Steve and I took the effort to petroleum jelly around the edges and do all the things you're supposed to do. But the dye went in easier, the dye rinsed out easier, my hair smells better, which is, just kind of nice. And it still feels nice, doesn't feel super trashed. So we will see how it all washes out as the days go on, and you will be here every day to see what happens. So then Steve went to bed, and I hung out with the kids, and they were pretty okay. In that time, I finished the capelet that I was working on, and I fixed a toy pattern that I've been working on, and I started a sample of retesting the pattern. And then the kids went to bed, and I was having to be a mom. Black. That's not always fun. And then I don't know what led me to it, but I fell down a deep, dark Facebook rabbit hole. I started looking at one thing, and next thing you know, I got onto the motherlode people from my high school. People who somehow their friends list just led me tumbling to more pages and more pages and more pages of people I knew, and had a couple of them are people whose pages I had looked for and could not find. But through this weird web of people, I was able to find their pages. So yeah, I was I don't know, secretly looking at Facebook pages of people I knew a decade ago, which is just kind of weird. And it's weird to see, the majority of them are acting like grown-ups, it appears. I mean, people still, you look at something, you're wow, you still look exactly like you did in high school. And there's people you look at, you're you look old. Mostly the guys, actually, which I guess makes sense. But some of them look very old. And some people's you read and you're like, wow, you're even acting like a grown-up. And some people's you read and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. You're like almost, I guess some people were from like Steve's class, like you're turning 35. Really? Still? You're acting this way? But I don't know. Either way, it was just kind of an interesting snapshot of the life of people that we knew at a different time in our life. And it's also funny because since Steve and I dated since high school, we started dating when I was 15. So we have a lot of shared friends and acquaintances. And also clearly like our life story is a little different because we got together so early. And a lot of the other people that we know obviously didn't have that happen. Though there was at least one other couple that I saw who got married. I think I found 3 who got married who were people who had known each other at least as long as Steve and I have, if not longer. I mean, it had been married that long too. But like, most of those people don't have as many kids. And then there are people who clearly have gotten married like fairly recently and have more kids. So you never know. It's just kind of interesting to see that cross section, and also to see how many people have not left the area that we grew up in. That kind of surprised me. I expected more people to leave. Like here, a lot of people stay. Like, I don't know, probably 75% have stayed in the last couple generations. But yeah, seeing our area, it was just kind of funny to see how many are still around, and I don't know, kind of hanging out with our high school friends. It's weird. Facebook is a weird, weird place. And the funnier thing is that no one can find me on there because I'm not friends with any of these people. I'm actually not really Facebook friends with anybody. The people I am friends with are mostly local, and it's because of business contacts. Because like I don't post anything personal on Facebook. I only use Facebook to promote my cutesy poo stuff. Because locally here, that is the best way to promote things that you sell is via Facebook. So, I don't know. That was kind of my day. It wasn't a very exciting day. It wasn't a bad day. I don't know. I was in a really weird mood. I was very, very cranky this afternoon. Which is probably why I fell down the big Facebook rabbit hole. Because I watched another vlog and they were talking about how, you know, when you start like Instagramming a bunch or looking at Facebook or whatever, it's usually because you're unhappy and like you're just looking for like nothingness, and the epitome of nothingness is looking on Facebook or watching this vlog, perhaps. I don't know. Anyways, I am going to go and do a few more things and then I'm headed to bed. But I should probably try and do something productive-ish, one more productive thing before I go to sleep. I don't know what it's going to be, but I better find something. And I will see you tomorrow. Nighty-night.